Hi guys, welcome back to my channel if you're new here. My name is Essie and I hope you're good. Today's video is going to be a little vloggy vlog. As you guys know, last week I got the keys to my apartment and I kind of started moving a couple of bits over. It's a slow process, but it's a process none the same. Today's pretty much just a continuation of that. I've brought a couple more bits over that I'm gonna unbox. I'm gonna unbox some of the stuff I've already bought from last week, and then I'm gonna be bringing over some of my clothes and bits and bobs. But also, I was going to have a little sit down chit chat with you guys just on the double life front, a little bit of an update, how I've been feeling, what's been going on type of thing, and then that's pretty much it. I'm gonna be picking up my first piece of furniture. I bought a little desk on eBay, so later today I'm going to pick that up, so that's exciting. Aside from that, today's vlog is just going to be about unboxing and moving a couple more bits in. So yeah, so I think the theme for the apartment is like warm luxury. Like when I say warm, I mean like chocolatey browns, velvet, that type of thing. So I got this kettle because it kind of has like a browny, coppery metal tone to it, but let me just show you guys what it looks like. This is what it looks like. I don't know if you guys can see, it's like a browny, shiny brown. I really like this kind of, I don't know, I really like that detail, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of browns throughout the apartment, and then the top of it as well also has that same brown tone. The thing I really wanted was to be able to actually easily see how much water is in the kettle, but it's kind of behind the handle, so I don't know how I feel about the kettle. It's a 50-50 right now. Oh, that is pretty cute. Is that me being weird? Am I being weird right now about the appliances I'm buying? But I don't know, that looks really nice, really sleek. Maybe I don't mind it. It looks so nice and sleek. What do you guys think? So I brought over this bench from my boyfriend's apartment because, to be honest, the bench is mine. It was my interior design decision to buy this bench, but I was hoping that the bench would be short enough just to kind of fit the wall from over there up onto the door, but it's just a little bit too big and it's kind of a chunky bench. So I think for the time being I'm gonna put it here because it's literally the only chair or seating appliance that I have. I'm probably going to be moving it across the rooms as and when I need to, but that's the only like main change. Other than that, I have also finally bought a mattress. So there's a whole story. So I feel like I'm gonna like sit down and just chit chat to you guys because okay, so as you guys can see, I feel like I need to get this out of the way because I don't know, I've not been feeling 100% myself, and I feel like maybe if I do this little chit chat section with you guys, I'll be more excited to like do the unboxing of all the stuff that needs to be unboxed. So I bought the mattress and I was like, I paid for delivery. I think the mattress was like 190, and then I had to pay 20 for delivery, which is outrageous because the shop is only a couple of streets away from this new apartment. And the delivery van was parked outside my boyfriend's apartment. Like, that's how close it is. So I just feel like I should have paid maximum £5, maybe even three, because that's not a trek. Anyway, in the grand scheme of things, buying a mattress is not the biggest decision in the world, but in the last couple of months, because I haven't been spending that much money, to suddenly pay for a single item, and it's more than like £5, it felt like a big deal. And for some reason I was just feeling crap about it, but I think in general the last 2 weeks I've just been feeling it a little down. I'm generally very keep myself to myself. I don't tell a lot of people about my business, and I'm kind of like, I'm honestly like, if you don't ask you won't know. but also if I don't tell you, you won't know. That's the kind of person I am. So the decision to get an apartment in itself is not something that I had planned to tell anyone until I was ready. Obviously, the only person that knew was my boyfriend. A couple of months ago, I was hanging out with my friend, and she was like, we were talking, and I kind of just mentioned it, and she didn't react that well to it. She thought it was a bad idea, it was a bad decision, blah blah. But by this point, I'd already started the process of getting the apartment, and as soon as I told her, I was like, this is why I don't tell anybody anything. The same friend currently still goes to my parents' church, so she sees them from time to time. A little while ago, she bumped into my mum. They'd had a conversation. She rang me and she was like, oh, don't be mad, but I kind of told your mum, like it was a whole thing, like it was a whole conversation she had, but she had happened to mention about me getting my own apartment to my mum, and had told my mum to pretend like she didn't know. So I've seen my mum since then, but I knew she knew, but I didn't bring it up because I was like, I'm not ready to talk about it, I'm not ready to tell you. Like I said, on Monday, I went and bought this mattress, and then after it had been delivered, I had to go over to my parents' house quickly to pick something up. I get there and mum kind of just starts mentioning about a building development plot or something where they're building brand new houses. She really thinks I should invest and buy my own house. I think because I was just already not feeling great, especially about the fact that I've just purchased something and I feel like I didn't know if it was the right thing to do or if there was like a better deal out there. I kind of say to mum, like, I know you know about this apartment, like why are you kind of talking about me buying a house? And again, she didn't react very well. She didn't react in the best way. She didn't mean to put me down, but her reaction was more like upset and disappointment that I hadn't told her. And then she took me upstairs and said, why would you go and buy a new mattress? I literally have a brand new mattress in this room that is empty, wrapping still on, and I started crying. I already felt like I made the wrong decision, and then to literally an hour later see that I didn't even need to make the decision, I don't know, man, it just got to me. It has felt this past week like there's a theme of telling people a little bit of information about what's going on in my personal life and it not being received well. I'm definitely still trying to figure out how to navigate the relationships and friendships I do have. And being a close person, I figured if I started actually vocalizing what's going on with me, the decisions I'm making, like stuff going on in my life, I would begin to kind of build that like trust, and you know what I mean? Recently, from the people closest to me, which are very few, when I have opened up a bit, it's kind of been thrown back in my face. Like it's kind of just I've not gotten the reaction and the support I wanted. It kind of proved even more, or made me want to go back in my shell even more, because I rarely ask for help, I rarely stick a hand out, I rarely open up to people. Anyway, I went back to my mum's yesterday. I was really nervous and worried about having that kind of conversation with her because I find it very hard to explain in words why I've made a decision to have my own apartment. Somehow I managed to kind of lay it down and I just kind of said my mind, and she was like, oh okay, I understand, blah blah blah, but then kind of turned around and said I needed to tell my dad, and I had to tell my dad. This whole apartment, this whole thing I'm doing is about kind of gaining control over my life, deciding who I want to let in, when, how, and why, and kind of creating my own boundaries. But I felt like she was already just kind of rushing me to make decisions I wasn't ready to make. I'm not sure how else to grow and how else to heal the relationships that are broken or not that strong around me without compromising or allowing them to compromise the boundaries and plans I have for myself and I have for my space. I'm just trying to figure out how to express myself and be taken seriously. I'm trying to figure out how to communicate with the people around me and be heard, but also how to hear and understand their opinions without allowing it to upset or affect me and my emotions and bring me down so badly. So that's the tea. So speaking of this mattress, I'm just going to quickly put some bedding on the mattress. It's literally so cold in here. I've had to put a coat on, but I really wanted to unbox my pots and pans. So these are the pots and pans that I got from Amazon. They're from this brand called Kettle. As you can see, it says it works for all these types of hobs. So that is, it works for induction, ceramic, gas, halogen, and I think mine is just an induction hob. Okay, next up we are going to unbox just the glass food containers I purchased from Amazon that I will be using for now as my dishes. I think one of them has like snapped off. That is really unfortunate. Okay, so the only thing left for me to unpack right now is my Hoover. So I'm gonna pop you guys down here. So I got mine in white. I think it comes with a thing for you to be able to like hang it up on your wall. This one, and it's just black. So I guess for like carpets and things, just the charger. I don't really see many people talking about this particular handheld Hoover, so I'll let you guys know what I think when I finally use it. But for now, that is it. I'm going to go over to my boyfriend's apartment and bring over a couple more bits of bedding and my clothes, and then I'm gonna call it a day with the vlog, just because we need to start heading down to pick up my new bureau table. Also, before I go, you guys, how cute is my new keychain? I bought this little camellia flower keychain off of someone on Vinted because I was looking at my keys. Like, this is so ugly, this camera, and somebody commented on my last video, or my video where I showed what was in my bag. So this one's for you because now my keys are cute and I feel like
our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals that take us higher.
it is Valentine's Day after all.
Will you be loved?
Absolutely.
We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. Now the morning
Hi guys, so it's Tuesday. I think I checked in properly with you guys on Sunday evening. I think I said that I was going to be heading back to grab some of my clothes and bring over some more bedding, but by the time I got back to my boyfriend's apartment and had some lunch, it kind of was time for us to go and pick up the desk, the bureau desk from the eBay seller. So we kind of just did that, and I wasn't really able to check back in with you guys. So I have picked it up, or we have picked it up, and I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Kind of was a bit of a scary moment because it wasn't really fitting in the boot or the trunk of his car, so we had to take the legs off. Luckily the eBay seller's son was the one that was around, so he actually had like tools and stuff. So yeah, we got it home like, I don't know, like maybe 6 or 7 in the evening, and I had to put the legs back on. So obviously Sunday I thought I was going to be able to put all the clothes up on the clothing rail and put some more of the bedding back on, but that kind of didn't happen because it was late, it was tired, and I just wanted to go and have a nap. So I thought I'd be back yesterday, which was Monday, to put the clothes up on the rail and also go shopping for some kitchen stuff, especially some kitchen knives. So that was what you guys saw yesterday when I was looking around HomeSense. That didn't happen. I also didn't find any knives, but I did find some cool bits and pieces, and I bought 2 bowls for the kitchen instead. So I'll also show you guys that in a minute. But I ended up realizing that I had thrown away parts of the clothing rail. So the clothing rail I had wasn't ever going to be able to stand up and hold my clothes up, so I've had to order that. It is now Tuesday, and I've just quickly popped back in to show you guys the desk and kind of call this vlog complete. So this is my gorgeous new bureau desk. I don't know if you guys can see, but when we picked it up, it definitely was well painted, but trying to get it into the car and scratching it on the edge of the boot has meant that some of the paint has come off on the sides. I love journaling and I love writing, and when I realized that there was a desk that existed, which meant I could put all my stuff in here, sit here and write and kind of like tuck it away neatly, I was so happy. It comes with a little key so you can actually lock it if you put any of your belongings in there that you don't want anyone to access, and then it has a couple of drawers. These are half of my clothes that I've brought over. That is the bedding that needs to go on here when I can be bothered. So that is pretty much it. And then the last thing is these bowls that I picked up yesterday. So this is what they look like. They are kind of irregularly shaped and quite like deep bowls. I do think they're pretty cute, but as per usual, I am second guessing every decision I make about the apartment and what I buy. So yeah, that is it. That is everything for this vlog. I'm sorry it's been a bit choppy, and I'm sorry it's also going up a little bit later than usual, but I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.